Hi everyone, Sam here from Writesonic. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can utilize our long-form writing assistant feature to write content of any length, be it an email, a blog post, an article, or even a book. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to assume that you're already logged into Writesonic's website. The next thing that you want to do is click this long-form writing assistant, as you can see here. So this will come up with this screen here. I'm going to quickly give you a tour of what these different components refer to. So let's get started on the top left corner. So here you can enter the title for your document. Similar to how Google Docs works, you can just give a title here and it will be saved in our database with that name. On the left hand side, then you can see the input data sidebar where you can see two different options. So let's talk about the length first. So you get three different length options: short, medium, and long. Short corresponds to about 150 words. Medium is about 200 words and long is about 250 words. Now, these different options are available based on the subscription plan that you're on. For example, on the professional or any plan lower than that, you get the short length feature. You can't go beyond that. But it is still quite good because each generation gives you about 150 words, which is about a paragraph. For startup plan, you also get access to the medium length, which is about 200 words, as I mentioned before. And for the agency plan, which is the highest plan, you get like a bit longer text, about 250 words per generation. So for now, I'm just going to leave it at long. The next thing here is the creativity level. So this basically defines how creative you want your AI to be. Higher creativity means your AI will try to come up with new things. And it won't necessarily try to stick to the context or the topic that you provided earlier. So if you're looking for, very creative content, like if you're writing a fantasy book or something like that, you can go for higher creativity levels, 0.8 or 1. Whereas if you want the AI to stick to the facts or to the actual reality, then you want it to be, something around 0.2 or lower than that, just so that the AI stays on point and follows the guidelines that you give it. I'm just going to leave it at 0.6, which is kind of like the baseline creativity level, where it works both. It tries to be creative as well as it tries to stick to the information that you have provided initially as context to the AI. The next thing that you see here is this button, Write with AI button. But if you can see, it's disabled right now because we don't have any content here. Now, the reason behind that is because the AI needs some words or some, like input text to be able to understand what topic you want it to write on. So even if you just write, like five words, even then the AI will try to pick up the context from your text and help you basically write after that. So I'm going to come back to that in a minute. The next few things that you see here are these formatting options. So just like how you see on Google Docs or Grammarly kind of tools, where you can, make it bold or headline or, add links, it's up to you. There's also this button here if you want to, have like a more minimal look. You need the full screen space and you don't really want to, use the sidebar. So you can just click this button to hide it and, click it again to show it here. And then finally, we also have the kind of the section here, which shows how many words are present in your document. So now let's get started. And there are two kind of use cases where you can make use of the long form writing assistant. One is where you want the AI to kind of start writing from scratch. So you can give, a couple of words or like a headline, and the AI can continue after that. The other way you can use the long form writing assistant is where you have already written some context or, some paragraphs or some sentences. Let's say you already wrote like 500 words, and now you got stuck with writer's block. You don't know what to write next. So that's where you can come here, dump your existing piece of text and use our AI to start writing from that point of time. So I'm just going to start with like writing from the very scratch first of all. So let's pick a topic. For example, let's take the use of the digital marketing in e-commerce. 5 strategies maybe that we can use to maximize our ROI. So let's do that. Right. So here, as you can see, I just wrote a title or a heading, as you can see, and this Write with AI button has been enabled now because I wrote more than 5 words. So I'm just going to highlight this, just going to make it bold so that I know that it's a title. And now I want the AI to write the next 1 or 2 paragraphs for me because I'm stuck with writer's block. I don't know where to start with. So I'm just going to click this Write with AI button. As you can see, it automatically came up with the introduction heading here, and it's writing about e-commerce. So strategy 1, increase your customer lifetime value, which is on point with what we were looking for. And here it has stopped at about 215 words, which is quite good actually. So here I'm just going to make some editing. So I'm just going to make it H1. And I'll make this H2. Same for this one because it's a subtitle. Now let's quickly read through that. E-commerce is a very competitive business, and to stay ahead of the competition, you need to constantly evolve and blah, blah. It even added some facts there. According to a recent report by Forrester, e-commerce sales are expected to hit $1.5 trillion by 2021. So that's pretty good. And then it came up with the first strategy, which is to increase your customer lifetime value. So CLV refers to the total sum of money that a customer will spend on your products and services over their lifetime with your brand, which is quite good. Now it stopped at this point of time. So if you want, you can write the next few words after this. So let's see what the sentence was. This strategy focuses on building relationships with your, let's say I want to write customers. I just came up with 1 word. I don't know what to write next. So I'm just going to go back and click the Write with AI button once again. And as you can see, it continues writing on from there. And it even comes up with the second strategy, which is to build a brand that is unique and credible. Very good point there. And the next one, target your audience with personalized content. That's even better. And of course, what better tool to use for personalized content than Writesonic itself? So once again, I'm just going to highlight this. And this one as well. Now let's read through this one. Target your audience with personalized content. You can use tools such as big data or AI to create personalized content specific to your target audience. So let's say I write that and I'm stuck again. So I'll again click the Write with AI button. And here you have the 4th strategy, which is to offer discounts and promotions to your customers. Awesome. So it's written the 5th one as well, increase your average order value. Now let's say this one was quite good, offer discounts and promotions, but I don't like the strategy number 5. So I'm just going to delete all this. I'm going to go back to strategy 5 and I want the AI to write from here. So again, I'll click the Write with AI button. And if you see, this time it came up with another strategy, which is to use social media platforms to promote your brand, which is much better than the previous one, I guess. And then the next one is obviously create an email list for your customers. So this is all pretty good, as you can see. Now there's also this other option that I forgot to mention. So for example, let's say you don't like this sentence. Social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook can help you reach a wider audience and engage your customers in real time. Let's say it doesn't make too much sense. I want to rephrase it, write it in a different sort of style. So I'm just going to select this. And you'll see here, you get 3 different options here. So you can rephrase that, you can expand it into a longer piece of sentence, and then you can also shorten it. So let's say I want to rephrase it. So I'm just going to click that button, and this will do some processing on the text, and it comes up with 5 different options as alternatives to what we already had here. So what we had was social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook can help you reach a wider audience and engage customers in real time. So let's see which one we should go for here. So let's say I want to go with this one. Facebook and Twitter can help you reach more people than ever before. It's also an effective way to engage your customers, which lets them react in real time. So I'll go and select that. As you can see, the text has been replaced, and I'll click done to save my sentence there. By the way, anything that you put in here, any edits that you make, it is all auto-saved within a couple of microseconds here. So you don't have to worry about, if your internet disconnects or you refresh the page somehow, you would still have your, text here. Now let's try one for expansion. So let's say, just take this sentence again, and let's say this is quite short, so I want to expand it. So I'm just going to go and click the expand button here. And it wrote a lot there. Cool, let's read the first one. Facebook and Twitter can help you reach more people than ever before, which is what we had before. Now let's see what it wrote after that. Facebook, for example, has an estimated 1 billion active users worldwide. These social media platforms are a great way to build relationships. Very good. So I'm just going to click that. And again, just go and click the done button there. Now I have an even longer piece of text here. All right, folks. So now, if you see, we mentioned 5 different strategies in our title. We already wrote like 6 of them, which is not bad. So now let's try and kind of finish our article here. I'm just going to delete till this point. So I'll just select that and I'll delete that. Now I can just go and download my blog post or book, whatever here. Cool. Now let me show you some more things. So one of the use case I mentioned was when you want to write, from scratch, but the other way to use it, if you already have some content, let's say you wrote like 3 or 4 paragraphs and you're stuck with writer's block, you don't know what to write next. So this is where you can also use the long form writing assistant. So let's say you wrote, strategy number 1, but you don't know what to write after, strategy number 2. So I'm just going to delete all this. Just going to fix the formatting a bit here. And yeah, let's see what the AI comes up with here for strategy number 2. Create high converting landing pages. Very good. So as you can see, I was stuck with writer's block. I didn't know what to write as my second or third or fourth strategy. So this is where the AI can continue from where you left off or where you got that writer's block and help you get rid of writer's block essentially. So I really like this one to write high converting landing pages. Obviously you can take help from Writesonic in this. So let's remove the formatting from here. Now let's see one more thing. Let's say, you wrote like the text that you have till this point is very good, but you don't like what it says after that. Email marketing also provides excellent customer service, which is quite good, but let's say you don't like that. So what you can also do is just continue from here. So you can put your cursor on this point and just click the Write with AI button, and then the AI will start writing from there. As you can see, email marketing is a cost-effective form of digital marketing that requires little time and effort compared to other forms of digital marketing. And here it already came up with the 4th strategy, the 5th strategy, and this one I can remove if I want. So basically the point here is that whenever you get stuck with whether you have written 2 paragraphs or you have written like 10 pages, you can just dump it in here and the AI will try and complete that paragraph or that article for you. So that's pretty much it for this video. Let's save this here with digital marketing in e-commerce so that we can come back to it later on. And we can also download this if we want. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you're looking for any more topics where you're not very sure how you can make the best use of Writesonic, do write that in the comments, and we can try and create a training course or a video tutorial for you where we can explain how you can best utilize Writesonic to your benefit to increase your sales and to increase your revenue. Thanks very much for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Bye.